So you've seen Kislev, but have you actually played with them yet? No, you haven't, but I do have the next best thing, introducing the Kislev roster made entirely out of Warhammer 2 units. Let's go ahead and reveal them one at a time, starting off with the Missile Infantry. The fan favorite Streltsu with their historically accurate gun blades are looking a lot more like foot squires than anything else. Mind you, the Warhammer 3 stats are on Ultra, but we can already see that Streltsu will have more HP per model and +4 melee defense. Armored Cavalry beware. And compared to handgunners, we can expect the same performance, but with insignificantly less range. Cossars, on the other hand, have quite a few similarities with Free Company Militia that moved to Kislev and took up archery. Honestly, they have basically the exact same stats. Same story for the Spear variant too, which means both should be quite effective against light cavalry in an extended fight. For an idea about their ranged power, think Orc Archer Boys in terms of range, but likely less armor piercing damage. Ice Guard are next, and they're looking a lot like another female-only archer unit with magic damage. Something tells me they'll cost around 1.1k gold. I'm wondering though, compared to more armor-piercing damage, will the slow be enough to make this unit better than its elven counterpart? Yeah, totally. Now for armored Cossars, Kislev's frontline infantry that we have no stats for. But you know the drill, they'll have pistols like Free Company and armor differences like Trolls and Skinwolves. Let's say they'll be at a total of 70 armor and shields, which as we all know can give up to 8 melee defense. With this totally accurate theory crafting in place, we have a ranged and more damage oriented Dwarf Warrior, with the Great Weapon variant having a similarly adjusted stat line. Zargard, on the other side of the price spectrum, will likely cost 1,000 gold. The reason? Well, it's in front of you. Much more interesting, the Greatsword variants. I expect an increase of 6 weapon strength, looking at U-Shades, and a drop in 8 melee defense, because they won't have shields. This puts a unit right under Harganeth Executioners at a cheaper price. Now let's quickly go over the cavalry. To start off, we have Knights Errant with Fear, Knights of the Realm with Fear and without anti-large, and Dragon Ogres. Horse archers are also pretty easy to explain, but not what you might expect. Somehow Ungol Kislevites have managed to become as good at horse riding as the strongest archer faction in the game. Next up, monsters, we have 2. And taking a look at the Snow Leopard, we know that it's fast and anti-large based on how CA has described it, so it's basically a faster Skinwolf Werekin. The Snowbear, on the other hand, is much less exciting to me personally. A lot of people say it's quite a bit like the Dread Saurian, but I think its lack of mobility really holds it back. No anti-large or anti-infantry too means it's actually quite a bit like the Chill of Sontar, except with the bonus that it doesn't rout. Now Kislev chariots are looking to be a mix of war wagons and possibly steam tanks in combat. Definitely a pretty interesting mix, but will it be understated on the melee side, or will it be extremely expensive? There's no way to know at the moment, so we'll mark the armor and unarmored variants as war wagons with a higher price. Enough about war wagons though, we'll talk about their similar cousin more. Little Grom. Now, despite the hype around its Chariot mortar status, it's gonna be more artillery than Chariot. Sure, it has decent damage in melee, but look at that speed. We got dwarves that run faster. Instead, let's think of Little Grom as Queen Bess, with no weaknesses, no crew to snipe, more HP than a Hell Cannon, and faster speed than crude artillery. If you aren't getting rushed, there's no reason Little Grom won't use all its ammo. And there we go, that's Kislev's unit roster. Lords, Heroes, and Magic will be coming up in a future video, so subscribe if you want to see that. And if you have any disagreements about my fully objective analysis, feel free to let me know in the comments below.